Hello, YouTube. Just getting set up. Just got loaded up. Getting ready to hit the road here. I'm going to get my speech-to-text program up and running here. Yeah, right. Almost there. Got that. Got this. All right. I think we're good to go. Gonna spend hopefully a couple hours with you here. Currently in Fort Worth, Texas. Let's hit the road. Heading over to Arkansas for delivery tomorrow morning. If you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to come on and do a couple, 2 to 3 live streams a week. I also put up a lot of other video, shorts, long forms.
35 West North.
Hopefully my signal holds up pretty good today. I'm going to be in some pretty major metro areas for a minute here. Going to get on 35W North.
Now keep left to join the I-35 West North.
Currently just south of Fort Worth, Texas. Gonna head through Fort Worth, up and around Dallas, through McKinney, take US 6975, up to Interstate 40. We're gonna run that east to Interstate 49, and then somewhere along the way there is where I'll make my delivery in Arkansas.
Says hello, 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 hello.
Hello. Hello, hello back.
2586 said hi.
Hi. Welcome to the live stream. Where are you at today?
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says I'm going to South Dakota and Mount Rushmore.
Oh, nice.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 said hi. Caleb Williams E6S says hi.
Hi, Caleb. I've never been to the Mount Rushmore before. I've driven in South Dakota many a times, but that sounds pretty neat.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says, what are you doing today?
I am driving a semi-truck from Fort Worth, Texas, up to Arkansas for delivery tomorrow morning, so...
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says, Zero, you should go to Mount Rushmore. It's really fun and we're going to Crazy Horse.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a lot of fun. I get very little time off when I'm out here working on the road, but weirdly, I had most of yesterday off and got to venture out down in Fort Worth, Texas, and my driver buddies.
2586 said hi.
Hi, Ralph. So yeah, my driver buddies have been telling me to go check out the Fort Worth stockyards for probably at least the last 17 years or so. So I was like, ended up with most of yesterday off, so I took an Uber down there to check it out. And oh my goodness, man, what a blast! Ton of fun down there. So all kinds of stuff to do. They had a cattle drive. They do a cattle drive through the streets a couple times a day, like a big historical preserve area and everything. So I actually got a video I'm getting cut together on all the stuff I did yesterday. I'll probably put that up tomorrow at some point, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. I did put up a video of the John Wayne Museum that was down there at the Fort Worth Stockyards, so that was pretty cool. Had all kinds of cars and like awards that he's won all there, so and that was definitely really neat. So don't have a long drive today into tomorrow, so long time to get unloaded.
2586 says we're not in South Dakota right now, but we're driving to it. We started at 8 o'clock this morning. Oh yeah.
Oh wow, where are you driving from?
David Reese P7S says, hey, how you doing?
Hey David, I'm good, man. How are you?
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says
Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. So I haven't driven up in South and North Dakota in a number of years. I was doing a regional gig for since 2016 all the way to
P7S says good.
Last year.
My dad does heavy truck repair.
Oh, cool. What part of the world are you guys in with that heavy truck repair?
After 2.5 miles, keep right.
David Reese P7S says Massachusetts.
Oh, wow, cool.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says Wichita. Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says Wichita, Kansas.
Cool. I remember driving through Wichita a bunch of times, so I hung out in Kansas City a lot over on the Missouri side, but also on the, I like to play some poker, so I've been to the Kansas Speedway a couple times, so the Hollywood Casino over there, so, but yeah. In Massachusetts, I was just up in there a couple months ago. I think it was actually back in March. I drove all up through Massachusetts, Maine. Of course, I got a snowstorm when I was there, so up in Bangor. All right, I'm gonna have to stay on 35 W North.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says we're traveling from Wichita, Kansas to South Dakota.
Cool. How many miles does that drive? That's probably a good 500-600 miles.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says I went to Kansas City.
Oh, nice. Well, got some slow traffic up ahead here. To be expected for these parts. It's Sunday though, so I was hoping to not run into any of this stuff this early. Wah, wah, wah. This Dallas-Fort Worth metro area is so huge. Very, very busy area. Well, I like driving down here. I like coming to Texas. So much to do down here. And it's just different. Just different being down here. So I really like it. I like it a lot. All right, well, I probably could have and should have went around this little back up here, but too late now. It's got a lot of onbound traffic.
Now keep right towards I-35 West North.
So when I'm in these situations, I try to leave some room.
Sprayberry 2586 says I think it's 700.
Oh wow, yeah, that's quite a drive. How long are you going to be staying up there? You guys staying for the week? Just a couple days?
After half a mile, use any lane to take exit 52B and continue on to the
Ralph
Texas
Sprayberry 2586 says miles.
Now, right, I'm going to break off onto this Texas 121 North here. I'm going to be on that for a little while. Well, I can stay in this lane. Might as well.
Now keep right towards Texas 121 North, DFW Airport, and then keep left towards Texas 121 North, DFW Airport.
Yeah, I got to Dallas about 6:30 in the morning, Friday morning, and the delivery I was making was literally right next to the airport. Had some low-flying incoming airplanes.
DFW Airport.
I put a little short video of that stuff up on Friday, so I ended up there for over 26 hours to get unloaded.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says 4 days, then we're traveling to South Dakota to Tennessee and to South Dakota to Tennessee it's 2 days.
Oh wow.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says go to travel.
Yep, that's cool, man. That's a nice little road trip there. Tennessee's beautiful, man. Beautiful part of the country down there. So much to do down there as well. So we have such a great country. I mean, I've been to all 48 states over the years. I've been driving for almost 20 years now, and man, every place I go, it's just a little bit different than any other place I've gone. I mean, of course, you got your Walmarts, McDonald's, and all that stuff. But once you get off the beaten path, I mean, every place I go to has its like very own identity. I get to go to so many cool places whenever I do get a chance to go explore and get some time off out here. So it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy what I do. So currently heading Texas Route 121, heading north. I think I'm going to take this pretty much all the way up to US 6975 here, up through McKinney, Texas, go up through Sherman. I come down through there the other day on my way to Dallas, and I haven't been on that route in probably about 10 years or so. And I swear, like, all the construction zones are like exactly the same as what they were 10 years ago. It's just weird. It's like when I left, they're like, all right, shut everything down, wait for him to come back. And then 10 years later, they're like, all right, he's back. Let's finish that construction zone now.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says yeah, and I'm going to ride the golf cart.
Nice. You guys have an RV, like a camper that you guys are traveling in?
Sprayberry 2586 says 0 a.m. I going to play golf with my friends.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, I think I played golf for the first time in 5 years last fall. Had a fundraiser for my nephew's baseball team, so we did a little golf scramble. So made a video on it. You'd probably have to scroll back a ways to find it. I don't know if it's in the short section or video section, but I showed up as Happy Gilmore and played the whole tournament as Happy Gilmore, hockey stick and everything. So it was a fun day. And I hurt my back in March, and I don't think I'm going to be swinging any clubs this year at all. Still recovering from that almost 3 months later. So it's rough getting old, you know. Alright, how this car in the middle lane is going so slow. 63 miles an hour. So I do have a lot of cool technology on this truck. Well, it would seem cool at first, but it's all used to control and get me in trouble or whatever, keep tabs on me, on drivers and all that. But I do have forward-facing radar, so right now, car in front of me is going 65 miles an hour. They're 174 feet away from me. So I need to increase that distance a little bit. When you hear that little beeping sound, that means that's like a distance warning signal.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says no, we're just traveling in a car, there's 3 people.
Oh, cool. Hopefully you got some leg room in there. You guys got some miles to drive this week. Yeah, so this radar and stuff I have all ties into the camera. It's a forward-facing camera. Some trucks have forward-facing, driver-facing, and also record audio inside the cab. I only have the forward-facing one, but it's all tied into the wiring harness of the truck, of the tractor computer and everything. So this thing will send a message to my people if I run a stop sign, if I run a red light, if I do a rolling stop.
2586 says that's cool.
And then, yeah, so they use these cameras and all this technology to basically micromanage drivers, and you know, they monitor hard braking. If I slow down, I think it's more than 9 miles an hour in 1 second, that constitutes a hard brake. It'll take a little video, send it to my safety department.
86 says, is your back okay?
Yeah, I think it's going to be okay for now. It's getting worse. I fractured 3 vertebrae over the years. I have degenerative disc disease, stenosis, kyphosis, like hunchback stuff. I mean, yeah, I probably don't have many more years of driving left in me, and I'm only 48 years old too. So.
Left lane to take exit 23A and continue on to the Texas 121 next detour north.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to stay off the toll roads for now, even though I don't pay for the tolls. I'm sure my company wouldn't be too happy if I spent their money unnecessarily. Though, if it saved me 5 minutes, I'd probably spend $1 million of their money doing it anyways. I don't really care. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking I should probably take the express, but alright. We'll take
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says yeah.
Yeah, I bet you this, the free lanes on the 121 north here are going to be pretty jammed up, but let's give it a shot and see what happens. A lot of toll roads down here in Texas, so I don't have a Texas tag, so they got to send it by your license plate or whatever, which does cost a lot more. So the company I drive for doesn't come to Texas very often. Yeah, I think I'm already regretting not taking the toll lanes on this.
After 5 miles, keep right to take the exit.
Why are we going 43 miles an hour here, people? But when I get on that Route 6975, man, it has some pretty long construction zones through there when I came down the other day. And, oh, I'm kind of dreading how busy it's going to be going back up through there today. So, probably won't be too pleasant. I'm probably only not too far away from that section. Another 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes will probably be up on that part.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says, oh my god, that is so bad.
Yeah, it is, but it is what it is. I had been planning, I was going to do this John Wick like fight scene video. I was going to cut it to some music from Lake Castlevania, who did a lot of the music for the John Wick movies, and I had already spent about $4,000 getting all the necessary components. I spent a lot on a big camera too, and high-end camera to shoot this on, and had to rent a location, a bar to do this at, and then I was training with the jiu-jitsus about a week before, and somehow twisted my knee up pretty bad. I thought I tore my ACL. It sounded like somebody stepping on a potato chip, when they landed on my chest and back and everything. And so I'm pretty certain that's when I fractured the third fractured vertebrae I had. But I actually went to urgent care for the knee. I could barely walk on it, and then I think everyone got scared because this was on mats too. This was at an actual jiu-jitsu place, and we were going to be doing the actual scenes on like regular concrete, so I was going to have a lot of padding on and everything, but I was fully expecting to break at least a couple bones when we shot the actual video, and then everybody backed out and quit on me at the last minute, so I never did end up getting to make this video. I was pretty pissed off about it, so yeah. So $4,000 down the hole, and I had $2,000 in my pocket to pay everybody the night we were shooting this. So it was just going to be a one-night shoot, about an 8 to 10 hour shoot, and but anyways, I was into filmmaking and stuff back when I got out of high school, which was almost 30 years ago now. Well, it was 30 years ago now. Damn. And I had wrote, directed, and produced this little 30-minute short film, and we had over 100 people involved in the production of this thing, and somehow pulled it off, man. It was one of the most difficult things to this day that I've ever done in my life. And I have the whole short film. One of the first couple videos, if you scroll all the way, I put the trailer and the whole like 30-minute short film on there too, if you ever wanted to check that out. But obviously we didn't have the technology back then that we have nowadays. I shot it on Betacam, and we had this $100,000 Avid edit suite we had to edit this stuff on, which is crazy because that whole edit suite today is probably worth about $50. I mean, you can literally do all this on a cell phone nowadays. It's just absolutely insane. So, but yeah, that was originally what I was interested in my younger years, and after I completed the film, I did win an award from the New York International Independent Film Festival, just a Certificate of Achievement award. But man, it was like so difficult putting this together. I was like, screw this, I'm just gonna make my life a movie. And that's basically what I did for like the next 20 some years. Finally started getting bored with that, and I was like interested in some of the new technologies they had. The cameras, cell phone cameras are so good. You can literally shoot a movie with a cell phone, or a handful of cell phones and everything. So I was like, let's get back into this, start learning some of that. So it's been super fun. I've been doing the social media and content creation for almost 2 years now. So much fun.
186 says, oh my god, are you okay, dude?
Yeah, and that was back a year and a half ago when I think I was practicing with those jiu-jitsus. And back in March, I was unloading a trailer. I was delivering to these RV places, and some of these pieces I had to help unload were 40 feet long, 250 pounds, and we were taking one off a trailer. We only had 3 guys to take this, me and 2 other guys to take this 40-foot long thing off, and the guy in the middle didn't hold his weight. And when I set it down off the trailer, it just yanked me down to the ground. I should have just let go of it, but I didn't. And it just jacked my back so bad. It was, yeah. I couldn't even stand up without holding on to something, and I ended up going to the ER, had some scans done and everything, and
Take the exit towards Texas 121 North.
yeah, they just found all that other stuff, and the fracture vertebrae, and so, and the fracture vertebrae was healed up by the time I had hurt my back in March. So, but yeah, won't be swinging any golf clubs this year, though. Going back to Ohio for some home time this coming weekend, and I really want to go to the batting cages with my niece and nephew, so I'm probably gonna re-injure myself all over again, but oh well. And Johnny Dangerously, it's not just a name, it's a way of life. Man, a little bit of a hill here, got a downshift to get up here. Still on this Texas Route 121, heading north right now. Take a look at my GPS, see how close we're getting to 69 and 75. Oh, we got a ways to go to get on that. We got to take the Sam Rayburn Thruway around. So I won't actually be going through Dallas today. I'm definitely going to be going around it, which is a good thing for me anyways. Got an airplane taking off up ahead there.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says my daughter is drawing something.
Cool. All right, let's get in the right lane for a while here. See how long that lasts. I got to move back over. Traffic should hopefully be a little bit slower right now for a little bit anyway. So, still dreading what it's going to look like when we get up to 69, 75 up here. So. Don't have maximum weight on my trailer right now. I just got loaded up down in Fort Worth. Got about 37,000 pounds on here. I can usually fit about 45 or 46,000 until I start getting close to being over gross. So do you by chance watch that show called Landman? Got Billy Bob Thornton in it. So I was at the Fort Worth Stockyards yesterday. They had this steakhouse called Cattleman's, and I didn't know it at the time, though I should have, because I'm a huge fan of that Landman show. That's the Cattleman's Club that they use.
Sprayberry 2586 says, no, I don't really watch shows.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get a chance to watch too many of them, but this show's pretty good. It's about like the oil industry and the oil fields down in Texas and everything. And but when I was at the Fort Worth Stockyards, this Cattleman's Steakhouse was like what they use on the show. They filmed scenes for that show there, and I thought that was super cool. Now the Cattleman's Club, which is downstairs, you're not allowed to go down there. I actually got kicked out because I tried to go down there. So thought that was pretty cool. But that'll be at the tail end of the video I put up tomorrow about my trip to the Fort Worth Stockyards. Right.
Now keep left towards Texas 121 North, DFW Airport. After 3 miles, keep left to take the exit.
Well, that's lovely. My refrigerator popped open going down the highway here. That's not good.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says, by the way, are you doing okay? Oh, and where are you going? I forgot.
Yeah, I'm doing great. So, yeah, I haven't, I took 2 months off of unloading those trailers, and I did another one of them. My back did pretty good with it, but I haven't done another one since that one. So mainly I just bump docks down to use fork trucks to take everything off, and I don't do really any unloading or anything. But I'm on my way to Arkansas, near Fort Smith, Arkansas, for tomorrow morning delivery. So it's not very many miles. I think total loaded miles on this is like 380. Hey, check out that airplane taking off. I made a delivery right next to the airport Friday. Had some cool video, some planes coming in for a landing, pretty low, pretty loud. Took about 26 hours to get unloaded there, so
After 1 mile, use
having all those planes coming in being that loud was only cool for about the first hour or so, and then it was just annoying AF. So yeah, there's another plane taking off. Busy area down here, that's for sure. Gonna continue on 121 north here. Man, nobody's on the toll lanes over there. Same route, just you gotta pay money to use them, so not much reason to use it on a Sunday, I guess. So only about 81 degrees out right now, which is a lot cooler than it was the past couple days. I think it was like 93 to 95 degrees yesterday when I was at the stockyards, and heat index of like 105 to 110. I think they're calling heat index in Dallas tomorrow to be about 115, so summer has arrived early here, I guess, so. Well, I think we're near Grapevine, Texas now. Been here for some deliveries over the years. So gonna try to keep this live stream running.
2586 says Selena got a lot of rain a couple days ago.
Yeah, I was coming down, what was that? Thursday, I was coming across Missouri. I ran Interstate 44 all the way over to Big Cabin, Oklahoma. Picked up Route 69 there. And man, they were calling for some pretty bad weather later that day around there. I think they got it pretty bad in northeast Missouri, Iowa and stuff had some tornadoes. I mean, they were calling for 60 to 70 mile an hour winds in Missouri when I was there Thursday, and I got out of there before any of that stuff hit, thankfully, so.
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, you guys get some pretty bad weather up in your parts, though. I don't know if Wichita's in Tornado Alley or not, but I actually used to work out of Joplin, Missouri back in 2009, and you know, the company I worked for at the time ended up going out of business at the end of 2009, but coincidentally, when the tornadoes hit Joplin in 2011, I was on light duty from slipping and falling and fracturing a vertebrae. So, and then when I ended up a couple weeks after, broke my back in February, and a couple weeks after the tornado hit, I finally got cleared to go back. My company flew me out to California to go pick up a truck, and I picked up a load of water and ended up taking it to Joplin. So I got to see some of the damage firsthand, and oh my goodness, man, what a monster tornado that was. Thankfully, all my friends and people I knew and used to work with out there, all of them survived, and some of them had some minor injuries and stuff, and a couple close calls, but yeah, that was a very, very destructive storm.
Ralph Sprayberry 2580.
Some money throughout that, and they just never were able to recover, and took them until the end of 2009 to pretty much run out of money, but there was just no coming back from it. So, but it was my first solo gig, first solo driving job I had. I had driven team doubles for FedEx Ground back in 2007. Absolutely hated it. That basically means when I'm driving, the other driver's in the back sleeping. And then when he's driving, I'm in the back sleeping, and we just switch off, and a truck basically never stops moving. And man, I would wake up with bruises and no idea where they came from. I mean, very, very hard to sleep anyways. These trucks are pretty violent going down the road. It's not like a car suspension. Very rough ride, so I did not do that for very long. And then, but yeah, in 2009, in Joplin, Missouri was my first solo gig, and working there. They had about 300 trucks altogether. It was just a right-sized company. I was getting a lot of miles because obviously, since I was newer, I was getting paid less per mile than a lot of the guys that had been there for 15 to 20 years, which I was completely okay with at the time. I mean, I'm just learning the ropes, trying to get my feet wet, and you know, but it was my coming of age time for driving, so. Right,
Ralph Sprayberry 2586 says, do you know why that company went out of business?
Yeah, it was just because of the recession back from 2007, 2008. You know, the way shipping prices work, and you know, it's very volatile. So when there's super excess capacity, like when the economy slows down, like you literally lose money every trip and every load you run and deliver, and they just you know, had been doing that for too long and lost enough money, and they just couldn't recover from it. And the end of 2009 is the furthest they could get before they ran out of money. So yeah, it's pretty sad about it, but man, so many great people work there. It's just a fun time for me getting my start in the trucking business. So all right, we got something going on up here. Let me change lanes here as soon as this car zooms past me. All right, let's get over. Always try to give a lot of room here. Don't know what's going on, so more room's better than less room. Looks like they're just sweeping the shoulder there. Some maintenance or something, so. All right, we'll get back over. I don't know. Guess it's better they're doing this on a Sunday instead of a Monday or Tuesday, but overnight definitely would have been a lot better. A lot safer for them anyways. Boy, these highways are getting a little packed again. Got about 20 miles until I pick up US 75. That should be around McKinney, Texas area there. We're gonna run it north up through Sherman, Texas into Oklahoma. I'm gonna try to keep the live stream running until about Durant, Oklahoma or so. So it's probably another hour and 15 minutes, give or take. So I do try to come on here 2 to 3 times a week. Usually Saturdays and Sundays are the easiest times for me to get a couple hours in here and there. Obviously I wasn't really moving yesterday, which I kind of foresaw. But I do post a lot of other short videos, long form videos, all that good stuff. So if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, let's increase speed. Got 70-mile-an-hour speed limit here. My truck is governed at 70, so which is pretty quick for a semi truck. Most companies govern their trucks about 65 miles an hour, so some are a little less, some are 67, 68. Not too common to get one company truck on a fleet vehicle that's 70 miles an hour or higher. So then you get some owner operators that go 80 to 85 miles an hour. So all right, let's change lanes, get over here. So they were calling for some rain and storms earlier, and there's stuff all over the radar, but I never really ran into any of it. Not sure what this afternoon's supposed to do up here, but looks like it could go either way at this point. Well, all in all, traffic's not been too bad so far. I have a feeling once I hit Route 75, though, it's going to be a completely different story. Very, very busy area up through there. Wonder what that Fritz's Adventure is. No, it looks like maybe a water park of some sort. Might have to look that up. So it looks like this is a toll portion of this Route 121 I'm on right now. About 13 miles over to get to this Route 75. And I bet you traffic's gonna pick up. Oh. That's a pretty nice Mustang passing on the right coming up here. Sound you heard was a lane departure warning. So I do have radar on the sides of my truck, so if I cross the zipper on the left or the fog line on the right, it does make a sound. In case you fall asleep or something, I guess that's supposed to wake you up. Alright, this car is going way too slow up here. 56 miles an hour, that's not going to cut it. Up to 59 now. Probably trying to text and drive, I imagine. Text and drive, and they're not very good at it. Yeah, get out of my way. Move! Let's see if we can see a cell phone in their hands when I go past. They seem to be all over their lane, dancing around there. Nope, did not see a cell phone. Just a bad driver. I think we'll be in some speed limits today that are, it'll be 75 miles an hour once we get on this Route 75 here. Maybe even before that, I can't remember. But I can only go 70 anyways, but when you get down on Interstate 10, driving across Texas, you got some 80 mile an hour speed limits down there, so. That's a long, to go from border to border on Interstate 10 is a lot of miles. I think it's 800 and some miles all the way across Texas on Interstate 10. Wow, down to 75 degrees right now. Definitely liking that. Man, it was so hot yesterday walking around them stockyards in Fort Worth. Well, I think I see some raindrops. Hopefully it's not rainy on this Route 75, and that would just slow things down way too much. Four miles from that route right now.
After 1 mile, use the right 2 lanes to continue onto the US 75 north towards Sherman and then keep left. Now keep right towards US 75 north, Sherman and then keep left towards US 75 north, Sherman. Now keep left towards US 75 north, Sherman. After 1 mile, keep left towards US 75 north, Sherman.
Yannis George says Meteorneido help.
All right, just getting on US 75, heading north here. It doesn't look too bad so far. I can see the first half a mile up there. All right.
Now keep left towards US 75 north, Sherman.
Looks like they're building a stadium of some sort there. Maybe. An amphitheater, maybe.
Follow the road.
Well, let's get over one more. I'm relatively certain we're going to need to here. Probably another one after that, too. Gonna be a lot of bumpy spots along the way coming up this route. I don't know why they can't figure out how to level a bridge in the regular concrete out, but seems to be a problem in these parts. It's even worse when we get up by Sherman, like really bad. Well, why are we going this slow? 55 miles an hour in front of me right now. The right lane is probably 10 miles an hour slower than that. Bunch of Sunday drivers, it looks like. Well, I'm probably going to have to bang that third lane. Well, it's like one slow car up there, holding this lane up. gonna have to get around this. Heck, I was only going 60 there, blew the doors off that pickup truck with that trailer. And if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do put a lot of other videos up throughout the week as interesting stuff happens. Short videos, long form videos. We got a cool video from the Fort Worth stockyards. I'll put up sometime tomorrow. Got to put the finishing touches on the edits on that. Currently heading Route 170 or Route 75 northbound, just outside of McKinney, Texas right now. Got to run this US 75 all the way up to Interstate 40 and head east from there into Arkansas. I'll be hanging with you guys for maybe another 45 minutes or so today. And definitely thanks for joining in and checking my live stream out. I do 2 to 3 of these a week usually. It's kind of hard to gauge when it's going to be. I don't really know where I'm going. Like when I'm done in Arkansas, I have no idea where I'm headed, what directions, what the pickup times, delivery times are, or anything. So kind of hard to put it on a schedule for these live streams, but I do try to mention it in a video prior to the live stream, so to give a little bit of heads up anyways. Usually Saturday and Sundays are the easiest to come on and do 1 or 2 of them. I am off next weekend, so will not be live streaming next Saturday or Sunday, but gonna try to do at least 1 during the week this week, maybe 2. We'll see what opportunities arise for that. So I'm going to try to hang with y'all up through Durant, Oklahoma here. I think my signal will get pretty spotty after that, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to wrap it up once we get past that point. You'll get to see Choctaw Casino. I've been there. I spent a lot of time there over the years, and got something going on the road here. Oh no, don't tell me they crashed up a Mustang there. Nope, ran out of gas. I hate to see that Mustang get smashed up. Nice car. No, I'm a Chevy guy though. But yeah, Choctaw Casino, big nice poker room there. They do a lot of World Series of poker circuit events there and everything. I did one of those many years ago now, but it was a ton of fun. I didn't win. It got close to the money on one of the tournaments, 2-day tournament. I made it halfway through the second day and busted out, but tons of fun there. Oh. Looks like there's a Buc-ee's up here. They're really expanding quickly. I don't like being around one of those when they first open up. People go batch crazy over these Buc-ee's. Of course, I've never been in one because you're not allowed to pull a semi-truck into there, park a truck there, or anything. So I doubt I'll ever go into one. But I heard they're pretty nice in there, so. Man, I thought for sure it'd be busier out traffic-wise today, so kind of liking this. Got a couple construction zones coming up here that's probably going to slow things down a bit, but we'll see. Not too far away from those. Well, back up to 80 degrees for the temperature outside right now, so that 75-degree temperature was pretty short-lived. Must have been in a little weather front there or something. Well, if this big truck would get out of my way here. Don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, dude, what are you doing, man? Well, probably gonna have to use that third lane, get around this guy. He ain't gonna get over. Oh, maybe I can go right. Well, let's go left. As soon as I get back up to speed here. Alright, let's see how fast this guy's going. 68, it's not horrible. Well, let's pass him on the right. Probably regret not passing on the left, but we don't usually like big trucks in the third lane. There's that no trucks left lane sign there. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Just don't get caught. So not sure how well my signal's holding up. Could be getting a little spotty.
Lane Rodriguez F1L says Mr. Joey said hello to you after you got out of the line.
Hi Lane, welcome back. Yeah, I hung around for 20 minutes or so. I ended up having a phone call I had to take, but I had it running for a while when I was going down the highway. But yeah, man, he has got a super cool live stream, man. I was completely blown away. I mean, with the music, the graphics, the map, I mean, holy smokes. That's like a full-blown professional live stream there, so I can only hope that mine will be half as good or interesting.
Rodriguez F1L says I told him that you said hello, he will be live stream tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to check him out for a little bit. I gotta make a delivery at 7:30 in the morning, so I should be able to jump on and watch a little bit of it tomorrow. So, but yeah, that was, yeah, man, he's got a super cool live stream. That's awesome. All right, got some construction here. Pretty light traffic coming through here, so pretty pleased with that. Didn't really know what to expect coming up here on a Sunday afternoon, but thought it would be a lot more busy out.
Lane
So.
Rodriguez F1L says okay, he will be hauling dirt tomorrow, I think.
Cool. You're going up there to Jersey sometime soon, aren't you? Like next weekend or something?
Lane Rodriguez F1L says I'm a couple months.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm actually just leaving Texas right now. I got down to Dallas Friday morning, and my delivery took 26 hours, and they didn't know how long it was going to take, so they didn't book me a load out of here until today. So I ended up having a day off, mostly yesterday off. So I went down to the Fort Worth Stockyards to go check that place out. I've never been there
Lane
before.
Rodriguez F1L says, oh really, where are you going after that?
I'm on my way to Arkansas right now. So I got to deliver there in the morning, and not sure where I'm heading after that. That's what makes it tough to know when I could come on here and do these live streams, is heck, I probably won't even know where I'm going tomorrow until I'm halfway unloaded. Then I got to do all the trip planning and route planning, where I'm going to buy fuel at and all that good stuff. So makes it pretty hectic for giving much advance on these live streams. I do try to put some short videos up when I do know I'll be able to run one or whatever.
Lane
So
Rodriguez F1L says, oh really?
yeah, so but yeah, next weekend I'm off be taking off in Ohio, so I'm going to try to come on once during the week at least at some point. I just don't know when yet. But man, those Fort Worth stockyards were pretty cool. Do you by chance watch that show Landman with Billy Bob Thornton in it? All right, currently heading Route 75, US 75 northbound right now. Just outside of Denison, Texas. Or coming into Sherman, Texas here shortly. Gonna be running this live stream through Durant, Oklahoma, which I'm gonna guess is maybe 30-40 miles up, 30-40 minutes or so here. So my signal's probably going to get super spotty after that, so I'll go ahead and wrap things up at that point. Starting to look a little overcast out here. I do not like when people get in front of me and then put their brakes on. I got a cool video. Almost got finished editing for the trip I took to the Fort Worth stockyards yesterday. If anyone watches that show Landman, that Cattlemen's Club that's on that show is like right there in Fort Worth. I had no idea. Cattlemen's Club downstairs, you know, a very, very exclusive. You know, you gotta have a membership to go down there, and I tried going down there and got in a bunch of trouble and ended up kicking me out of there. So dangerously style. So, but cool joint. The Fort Worth Stockyards was super cool. So much to do there. I got some video of the cattle drive they do twice a day there, so that was pretty neat. Lots of food, bars, shopping, a lot of historical stuff, horses, drive past you, even sat on a steer. So, but I'll be putting that video up sometime tomorrow, probably in the afternoon or so. Alright, we're still in the construction zone here for some reason. No, there's not very much construction going on. Looks like it might rain out here a little bit. Man, we get up to Sherman, it's gonna get a little bumpy around there. Last time I ran down, up and down this route was about 10 years ago. Come down through here on Friday morning. And I'm telling you, it's just as bumpy as I remember it 10 years ago. So, more things changed, the more they stay the same. Look at this guy going the wrong way. Looks like they probably had to switch out trucks or had some mechanical issue up here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get over here. Oh, he's getting towed. Not sure why he was running that way on the highway, though. That's pretty stupid. I mean, he could have just went right up here and got turned around. Well, looks like they got a water leak somewhere. There's that 75-mile-an-hour speed limit. Now let's hammer down. Well, here comes all the bumpy stuff. Ugh. I think we got some more construction coming up here. Coming into Sherman, Texas right now. Then Denison. I mentioned Denison earlier. We haven't been through Denison yet. Sherman, then Denison. Then on into Oklahoma. Shit. Going a little fast there. Now there's a billboard for the Choctaw Casino and Resort there. Almost stopped in there Thursday evening, but I was freaking exhausted, so I didn't go over there. Don't have time to stop in there today, but it'd be nice to pop in the poker room there at some point. It's been years and years, 10 years at least since I've been there. Played a lot of poker there, spent a lot of money there, but it's a fun joint. Why this keeps turning off. Well, got some water on the highway up here. Not sure why. I don't think it's from rain. I don't know. Not sure if they got a water line break or if there was water in the grass there, but gotta muck my windshield all up. Well, looks like some car troubles over there.
Follow the road for 2.5 miles.
Well, 60-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up here. Guess I'll go ahead and get over. Can only go 5 over the speed limit so I get in trouble. I gotta take a call from a safety guy, so I always try to keep it under that. Try to run the speed limit anyway. It's just, you know, it's a good idea. And a big truck anyways.
After 1 mile, merge onto the highway.
All right, here comes some more construction here. Well, let me see here. Yeah, probably got to get over. Looks like this lane gonna end.
Now merge onto the highway. Follow the road.
Yeah, these lanes are really narrow through here. Well, traffic's not as bad as I thought it was going to be through this particular construction zone here. There's a really busy area coming up through Sherman, Texas, Denison. And I'm pretty sure they were doing construction on the same stretch like 10 years ago as well, so. Well, that sucks to have a flat tire over there right now. Very, very dangerous. Man, brand new concrete. It's already bumpy as heck. Anyways, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to come on 2 to 3 times during the week. Do some live streams, also put a lot of short videos and long form videos up as interesting stuff happens out here. Got a nice, over a 5-minute long video of my trip down to the Fort Worth stockyards yesterday. Ended up with most of the day off, so got to go out and about and find some fun and adventure, and it was pretty cool. Really, really cool down there. So I'll be putting that up probably tomorrow afternoon at some point. Just putting the finishing touches on it right now. So going to be running this live stream until we get past Durant, Oklahoma, so I'm going to wrap it up at that point. It's probably 25-30 minutes from now, give or take, so just give you a heads up on that. Starting to get a little crowded up in front of me here. I can see some brake lights already. Pretty long construction zone we're in right now. Bump. Oh. Well, medium bump. Oh, speed limit 65 now, huh? I guess maybe it has been for a while. So currently heading north on US 75 around Sherman, Texas right now. Gonna be going through Denison, Texas, and then we'll cross the Oklahoma line. On my way to Arkansas for delivery tomorrow morning. In a long construction zone here. Oh, I don't know how it's this bouncy, being it's brand new concrete, but it is. And so from concrete onto asphalt now. So it looks like my signal might be a little spotty right now. If it is, I apologize for that. Not a whole lot I can do about it. Hard to tell when it is or when it isn't. Wow, look at all that traffic in front of me. Eesh. Hopefully we continue to move at decent highway speeds here, coming out of the construction zone here. Getting close to the Oklahoma line. Oh man, this is going to be a bouncy section of roadway here. Oh. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. About 10 years since I've been up this section. I came down Friday, but it's been 10 years since I did, and man, it was always rough driving through this section, and it still is. Those are just the warm-up bumps for what's about to happen up here. Still got a 75-mile-an-hour speed limit here. I think I'm going to keep it at 65. My back is not in good enough shape to take this highway at those speeds, so... oh, there we go. There's the highway I remember. God damn it. Fuck. Oh, I'm only going about 55 right now. Oh man. Well, that just took about a year off my driving career, I think. I don't know what is so hard about straightening these roads out here. Down to almost 50 miles an hour now, which I'm not unhappy about. Oh man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need some Advil after that. Sheesh. Well, the speed limit's 75 through here. Going about 65 right now, and I can't really go much faster anyways. I think everyone's a little wary because of the crap road we just went over. Rightfully so. Oh, not far from the Oklahoma line right now. A few miles or so, I think. down to 60 miles an hour. Have a way station to go through as soon as we cross the state line here. Hoping it's closed.